What is penal reform? What exactly is penal reform? This topic dives into the efforts aimed at changing and improving penal systems, which include institutions and laws related to punishment. These systems focus on prisons and sentencing, striving to make them more just, humane, and effective. At its core, penal reform challenges how societies respond to crime and offenders. It often emphasizes rehabilitation, human rights, and reducing harsh or excessive punishment. From the viewpoint of political anthropology, penal reform is examined within a larger context. This field studies how law and justice systems reflected and shape social relations, power structures, and cultural values. Penal systems are not just legal mechanisms, they are social institutions deeply embedded in cultural and political contexts. These systems influence how societies define crime, punishment, and justice. Historically, penal reform has changed alongside shifts in political and social thought. Early penal systems were often severe, rooted in religious or monarchic authority. They focused primarily on retribution and deterrence. However, with the rise of Enlightenment ideas, there was a gradual shift toward more secular, liberal principles. These principles emphasized the dignity of individuals and the possibility of reforming offenders instead of solely punishing them. This led to concepts like rehabilitative punishment, which aims to reintegrate offenders into society by addressing the underlying causes of criminal behavior. Practical changes in penal reform include improving prison conditions to be less dehumanizing. It also involves developing alternatives to incarceration, such as community service or probation. Reforming sentencing laws to reduce mass incarceration and racial disparities is another vital aspect. However, some critiques come from abolitionist perspectives. They argue that prisons, by their nature, are institutions of control and exclusion. This reinforces social inequalities, meaning reform efforts may only address surface issues without challenging deeper problems. In practice, penal reform can involve policy changes, legal advocacy, and institutional reforms. These efforts seek to balance public safety with human rights. Collaboration among lawmakers, legal professionals, social scientists, and affected communities is often necessary. The goal is to create systems that are fairer and more responsive to social realities. Penal reform is a complex process that transforms how societies punish and rehabilitate offenders. It is viewed anthropologically as part of the broader dynamics of law, power, and culture within political systems. Understanding this topic helps us grasp the ongoing conversations about justice and societal values.